Choosing ABC 15 News at 5. I'm Steve Irvin.
And I'm Katie Ramble. The jury has gone home in the Jodi Arias trial. They didn't reach a verdict during their first full day of deliberations. They'll be back at it at 10 tomorrow morning.
And we have live team coverage of all of today's latest developments. Corey Rangel keeping watch outside court, talking with all the interested and interesting people who want to be a part of the story.
But we start with Mary Ellen Resendez, who spent the day inside court. Mary Ellen, talk to us about what it was like in there.
You know, Katie, the gallery just outside of the courtroom, I guess you would call it the courtroom waiting area, was filled with media and, of course, filled with court watchers and some of Travis Alexander's friends as we all wait for the jury to reach a verdict in the Jodi Arias trial. Now, jurors did emerge from the jury room twice today. The first time was for lunch, in which they seemed quite relaxed, very chitty and chatty, and almost like friends going out to lunch. Now, the second time they emerged was just less than 30 minutes ago, and of course, they all appeared a little bit more serious. Now, they have some very big decisions ahead of them to make and a lot of options, including first-degree murder, second-degree murder, manslaughter, and of course, not guilty. If they choose any of the lesser charges of second-degree murder or manslaughter, Judge Sherry Stevens will be in charge of sentencing Jodi Arias. If they go with one or both of the first-degree murder charges, either premeditated or felony murder, the trial then goes into what is called the penalty phase. Now, this is a mini trial of sorts where the jurors will have to listen to some of the evidence all over again, and the prosecutor has to prove at least one mitigating circumstance. In this case, we are told that Juan Martinez will try and prove that Travis Alexander was killed in a cruel and heinous manner. Now, if the jurors believe that he was killed in a cruel and heinous manner, they will then decide whether or not to sentence Jodi Arias to life in prison or whether to sentence her to death.
And that was such a great way to walk us through the process. Can you also help people understand the difference between these two life terms?
That's right. You know, if for some reason they decide that Travis Alexander was not killed in a cruel or heinous manner, as prosecutor Juan Martinez is trying to prove, then they give her a life sentence. Now, they're not the ones that are going to decide what type of life sentence she's going to get. That's going to be Judge Sherry Stevens. And there are two types of life sentences. You can get natural life, where you're in prison for the rest of your life, or Judge Stevens could sentence Jodi Arias to 25 years to life, in which case she can be out in about 25 years on parole.
Yeah, it's like a legal classroom, a law classroom, if you will, as well in this whole thing. Thank you, Mary Ellen, for walking